moving on to the next topic. Chef, how you living, man?
Living good.
This is a pretty simple question. Um, Microsoft is a hardware company. Would you say?
Software.
Or yeah,
No,
software
they do
company.
both.
Oh,
They do both.
Yeah, but I think they're primarily a hardware company.
Microsoft.
Yeah,
yes.
computers and whatnot.
See, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean by both, because Windows is like universal,
Yeah, yeah,
and
no,
all
that's
their other
true.
products, all the
Mm.
That's
Office
true.
products they got universal software all around. And
That's
then
true.
in the hardware, most people only know about the Xbox from Microsoft, hardware wise.
Yeah.
That's true.
Microsoft does have a lot of other stuff like tablets
Mhm.
and phones, but they really only know the Xbox. So I say software
Fair enough.
is a strong suit.
I feel it. I feel it. So that being said, that they're pretty well versed in hardware and um software. Why do you think they couldn't, make a good budget SSD that is clearly getting, I wouldn't say clearly, but reports have come in. They're saying PS5 is just overshadowing them already
It's
in
twice as
terms of.
fast as the SSD for the
So,
Xbox.
Chef, why answer this, please?
I can't answer that.
God damn it!
they they
Why
must have they
why
must have gone
can't
into the
Xbox be good? Not
no,
well, not
no, they
good,
must have
not
went into
not good.
production thinking that they was on top of everything because they didn't. I guess they didn't expect PlayStation to really put that much effort into their SSD as well. Because I'm pretty sure both of them knew they was going SSD routes because it's the smart thing to do. But I guess
Well,
Xbox must have thought that they must have thought shit was sweet, probably. But at the same time, they trying to cut costs and make the console affordable.
I was about to bring up AMD and Intel like we're talking about CPUs when it's
Hey,
clearly
we gonna
SSD.
talk about that later though. We gonna talk about that
But what's
later.
the name? So I guess this Phison PS5 19 whatever, um, whatever this SSD is called. That's the Xbox one, right? That's the one that they're using in the Xbox. I'm kind of skimming this article over to make sure I'm understanding this right.
I believe so.
Um, yes,
Yeah.
it's the Xbox one. It's the Xbox one.
Okay.
So where's the PS5 one?
Yeah. A LinkedIn post from a former employees detailed the SSD controller installed in the Xbox card and it's the chip.
Because I mean, either way it go, both consoles is getting SSD. People gonna have fast read write anyway.
I mean,
But
it's one of those things you're not going to be able to tell until the consoles come out. I mean,
right,
this is where like none of us are. I don't know if either of y'all watch Digital Foundry, but this is right up their alley. So I'd be looking out for a video from them comparing the two down the road. Because yeah, I don't, I'm not tech savvy enough to really know why this report's saying that the SSD on the Xbox is going to be slower than PS5. Like I don't know if it's them trying to cut costs or cut corners or what or whatever. But yeah, I just I leave this up to Digital Foundry, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
And is Digital Foundry a YouTube channel?
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
bet
they
you.
do
yeah, they
like
do all timestamps.
they use
Are they like Linus Tech Tips for like?
yeah, but they're a lot more professional
Okay, gotcha.
to me
Yeah, that boy
anyway.
Linus, he good with it, but he goofy at the same
He
time.
Yeah.
goofy as shit.
Digital Foundry is kind of dry. So like if you ever watch, they do a lot of like performance analysis videos between different platforms of different games and stuff. So
Gotcha.
yeah, they're all business. So like if you watch their videos, it can be kind of dry. But yeah, they're really good as far as the information and the presentation goes. So I trust when they come out with a video talking about this, I'll trust them. So
Yeah,
Gotcha.
of course.
Gotcha. But Chef, you still haven't answered my question. Why can, why can't Microsoft do their goddamn job?
Told you, brother. Software is where they making their money at.
But this is the new generation, right? It's a new generation. They're supposed to be competing against PlayStation. The last generation, or this current generation that we're in, this PlayStation just blew them niggas out the water completely. Just left them in the dust. Just gone. They're competing with themselves at this point, right? This is supposed to be their chance to take over the game, right? If they have other parts that are in the console that are underperforming and not performing as good as the PS5, what do you think? What can you predict? Just from sales, um, reports after like people have played. What do you think the race is gonna be? What do you think the
The
race is
same
gonna
as it
look
was
like?
for the last this generation.
Damn.
But the thing is, I'm just now noticing, the Xbox One X, whatever they call it, it's a smaller console too, so they don't want to be generating too much heat
Yeah, I'm
with all the
wondering. Yeah, I'm wondering if like them reportedly having a slower SSD is them like making a sacrifice to like not only to save room for the other parts in the console, but also to like protect against like overheating and stuff like that.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Hmm.
So
But yeah, I don't know. They better be allowing their time to these developers because
Yeah, I was like, they
that's what
gonna
they need
cut
to be
back on the
focusing on.
yeah, they're gonna cut back on the console and just like the hardware and what goes into it, and they better be beefing up the developers, the exclusives that they got coming out, or if they have any, I don't know, but they need to be doing something right in order to compete with Sony this generation.
How bare? Do you have the picture of the back of the Xbox on the stream?
That looks
How
ugly as
bare bones
shit.
those? Look at that. Ain't no ports on there. Like
is
it's
that the is that
disgusting.
that's the prototype, right?
It could, yeah, I think so because
Yeah,
it
it's the
got
So
prototype.
placeholder.
That's
so,
a
so you
prototype.
got two USB ports. You got an Ethernet
You
cable.
got
Then you
one
got the
HDMI.
power. You got the power. One HDMI. What's the big slot in the middle?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Might be some where did it go?
That's a damn
I
reset
know they're
button.
not. I know they're not allowing for AV hookups anymore. The last console to have that was 360. So
Oh, I
I
thought that
know
was gonna be something like SD cards or something.
maybe.
Maybe that might be actually I don't
Well,
know.
SD's cards are smaller than that though, so I don't know.
Yeah,
They be
I was like
making
you
some
can
big
use
shit
that
though.
for like the USB port, I guess. I'm not
Hmm,
sure.
that's crazy. Unless that should have a fucking Well, then again, I don't know what TV if DisplayPort is an option on TVs these days. They should
Nah,
have a display. They should have a
they've been doing
DisplayPort option.
HDMI's.
Yeah, yeah. Put a DisplayPort option in there.
For sure.
I don't know. Oh, the one thing I also wanted to think about because I also think they tried to focus on making sure that this console doesn't have a power brick. Because you know how Xbox we have that stupid ass giant, paperweight for
Mhm.
as a power source.
Yep,
So I'm
still
wondering
got
if
mine.
yep. So I'm wondering if they had to again sacrifice the speed of the SSD, maybe get like a little less inferior SSD in order to make sure that they don't have like a power brick that needs to be hanging out there. Um, to make the console more power efficient or energy efficient. I don't know. Um, I just think it's funny. At the end of the article, they said we're willing to place bets as to how many Xboxes are going to overheat because of too many games sitting on top of it.
That's
So
funny.
Hey, it is what it is, man. Xbox, it shows though, cause it's another link I found. They developers are leaning more towards the PS5 and the Nintendo Switch more than the Xbox One X. Anyway,
Damn. This is the
with
second article
new
you put in
games
here?
coming out. Yeah,
is it because of the hardware itself, or is it because of
I think it's because
Sony?
of the
I feel like this
reputation.
yeah, I
I
was
think it's
like
reputation.
Sony, they like as a developer, like you would rather go with like the most selling consoles and like the popular ones as well. So I mean, you can't really blame them for that.
Because in terms of like, if you're talking about company, I mean, you could go either way. Because Microsoft is at least they're opening it up and trying to be more flexible with
That too.
trying to be more accommodating to devs. But I mean, like you said, if PS5 if PlayStation is the more popular console, at least in the states anyway, right now, then I mean, it'd probably be best for the devs to put their games on that. At least for initially, like they're probably going to put timed exclusives on the PlayStation first, and then
Yeah.
bring it to
Right.
Xbox later. Because you think about it, like most fighting games, the competitive, when you go to tournaments and stuff, what platform are they using? PS4.
PlayStation. Yeah.
So like that's not even a thing. Xbox isn't even a thing in the FGC,
Yeah.
except outside like Killer Instinct. But Killer Instinct's kind of a meme,
Yeah, I was like, who really playing that
unfortunately.
though? Like,
So
Because looking
yeah,
at the numbers, 23% of the devs said they want to uh, develop for PlayStation 5, 17% for the Xbox, and then 19% for the Switch.
and it sucks because I kind of like Xbox's interface as a console. I like Xbox as a console a little bit more than PlayStation, at least for their interface, if nothing else. 'Cause I like
I will
The
admit
only
their
reason why I
interface
got
is
the
kind of clean.
PS4 was because of the game
their
stuff.
interface. Yeah, their
Their
interface is
interface
so
is a
much
lot
better than
cleaner. Is a
PlayStation.
lot
It's just
cleaner.
they don't got shit to do on it. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
interface is
The
definitely a
only
lot
fault
cleaner.
if they can come out slinging with the games, then
that's
they most
all. That's
definitely
all
can.
it
That's
comes back
literally
to.
all they
Yeah,
We
need,
can
that's
bruh.
we
all.
can talk about specs between PS5 and Xbox Series X until we're blue in the face, but until the games come out, we're not gonna know.
Because the
That's that
PS4 was under the Xbox One. Xbox One was always a better machine,
right.
but the PS4 was just
Even between the Xbox One
work.
X and the PS4 Pro, the Xbox One X is a better performing console. It's just they got
Right.
nothing to do on it. That's the thing.
Exactly. See, yeah, it's the only thing.
I don't want to hear about Apex and GTA and all that shit. Well,
Yeah, I want actual
what's
games, bruh.
like Microsoft? What's gonna make me buy your console above anybody else's, bro? Y'all got to show me that.
If y'all
So
can answer that question and pay Chef to answer the question, then maybe just have something, man. Have something, please.
Or at least allow some the Xbox controller to link up to the PS5 or something, fam. If you're not gonna get nothing
oh
on the
yeah, that
Xbox,
too, because I like
bring
Xbox
that
controller
controller over
way
here.
better. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm with
'cause
the Xbox controller.
I'm hoping the DualShock 5 is better because I like DualShock 4 better than DualShock 3 because good lord, DualShock 3 was trash. But I've always liked Xbox's controller over PlayStation because I got bigger hands. So
Has a better feel to it.
I don't. I have to disagree. Fucking hate Xbox controllers. This shit is fucking huge for no reason.
Cause I'm
hey,
I'm I'm I'm
yeah,
looking at
Burger
them right
King
now.
hands. That's what it is.
No,
I got both of
I
them in
have
my hand
like
right now. The
I don't
Xbox
have
feels more
small
durable.
hands, but I don't know. I guess I hold the PS4 controller differently. Like I have the bottom of the like the grips resting on my pinky.
Hmm.
So I hold it different. That's how I always held it. I hold like any controller like that, or I try to at least. In the Xbox, I just can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I think DualShock because I'm looking at them right now. I think the DualShock 4 is wider than the Xbox One, and it's too wide for me. I think I don't know.
Hmm.
It just seems awkward to me. Like if especially when I'm playing like a game that needs like a lot of button commands in rapid succession. Like it feels like I have to do more work to reach the buttons than I have to do on Xbox.
Really?
I don't know. It's
That
that's what it seems like to me. It's I don't know. It's just personal feel.
I feel like I'm reaching
And
across the
Xbox needs to
damn
get rid
room
of these
for an
batteries.
Xbox controller. Yo, that shit is funny. Y'all Xbox, y'all controllers be dying like every damn day, bro.
No, mine's good. I plug mine up. The only thing about the Xbox controller, even though it's plugged up to my with a USB cable, it still needs fucking batteries to work.
That's that's
What?
fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. Because I no, I bought a new controller like two or 3 months ago because the one of the buttons broke. I think I was pressing it too much or something. I didn't have had it for a while, so I bought a new controller, right? And then I plugged it into my PC. Works just fine. That the light was working on it just fine, but it wasn't responding on any of my games. And then like I took put batteries in there, plugged it back up, and it worked just fine. It's like this shit still needs batteries even though it's plugged up.
Mm-mm.
It's fucking crazy, yo. So that's the only drawback to
I do want to see what the
Xbox's controller.
controllers they got coming out just for PS5 and Xbox. See if they do
Do you
something
think?
different.
Do you think? I don't know if you've seen like on Fat Kid deals, they did this partnership with Scuff controllers. Do you think the PS5 controller will have those like triggers on the back of the
I
controller like
honestly
those
hope.
do?
I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
Because that looked weird to me.
I hope they don't. I didn't like the look of it either. And it's like
Yeah.
why for people that aren't playing like games like heavy like that where they need those, like what is that for? Like
I think
Oh,
Scuff
the
controllers
base
is primarily for
controller.
shooters.
Yeah, I was like the base controllers they're already good. Like they don't need anything else on it really. So there's no use for that. What were you about to say, Chef?
they're probably save that for like a pro controller, like Xbox is doing with their Elite series, with all the extra bullshit they got on there for the competitive people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PlayStation will probably do the same thing later on down the road.
probably.
Try to
Oh yeah.
get
Do they have a competitive variant of the PS4 controller?
No, they just
I'm not
remember that
sure.
one thing they came out with that was $30 that you put on the bottom of your controller
Yeah.
with those macros. That's something
Uh,
close to it. That's the only thing I know of.
uh,
I don't know anything else though.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't put it past them if they'll come out with something like that for the PS or the DualShock 5.
Yeah, they would need to compete in that aspect. So just because also just with the FGC and other I don't know if any other I guess tournaments or anything use the PlayStation or PS4 in a competitive aspect. So I don't know.
I'd imagine maybe Call of Duty, like on. Well, then again, they're on PC, aren't they? Primarily for the competitive
They
aspect.
they s-
I
I think
wouldn't
they
know.
do both. I think they
Yeah.
do both. I think they do PS4 and PC, but mainly is I'm pretty sure it's mainly
Holy shit!
PC.
I got a lot
But
of tickets.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for Xbox and PS5. Just talking about the consoles and next
I'm just
generation.
waiting. I'm just ready for these console reveals to see what they look like, what the launch the game lineup is going to look like at launch,
I'm really
all that
excited
kind
for
of
the
stuff.
controllers for some reason. I really want to see what the
Summertime.
controllers look
It's
like.
probably when they're gonna reveal stuff.
Yeah. Also, we haven't
Yeah.
really got a definitive look of what the PS5 will look like. We already got a definitive look of what the Scarlet's supposed to be, but
Yeah.
still, I don't
Information.
know if it's supposed to be a pizza oven or what, or a jet engine. I don't know, but
It better not sound like a jet engine.
man, I hope not. My I'm so surprised my PS4 when I boot it up doesn't sound like a jet engine. For as long as I've been playing for it, like just playing Destiny and running Netflix all night, it still runs quiet. So that's pretty good.
Oh, Netflix ain't no strain. Try playing one of the exclusive games that
No,
they
I
got on
have
the
like multiple
PlayStation.
applications open as well.
Uh,
Yeah.
that shit a boost itself.
You said it'll get
I know
lifted?
God of War did that to me
Oh
several times.
no. Yikes. But yeah, that being said, move on to more depressing news. Pokemon Home, Aaron and Vince, I'm gonna call y'all out. What your people doing? Cause they're not
I wouldn't
making your
call this
customers
depressing.
happy.
I wouldn't call this depressing. I call it funny.
Well, yeah, it's funny to me. It may be depressing for some other people because they have to get all their features that they used to have behind a paywall now for $16 a year for a premium subscription. That's basically because what Nintendo Switch Online is like $12, right?
Yeah.
20.
Oh yeah,
20?
20 a year. 20 a
20 a year?
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. So that's really crazy how they doing that to them.
Yeah.
And what were you about to say, Bush?
No, I was just gonna say. So for those that don't know, so Pokemon Home is like their newest cloud-based service, kind of like Pokemon Bank, if anyone's familiar with that. This is supposed to be like a new, like better version of that, and you can connect it to like Sword and Shield, Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, and eventually Pokemon Go, and things like that. And then you can either get the free version or you can get the premium version for like Kenpachi said for like 16 bucks a year or like 2.99 a month, and then I think the other one was like 5 bucks for 3 months or something like that. But yeah, like a lot of the best features are on the premium version, so it's like you have to pay to get essentially the service as they advertise it. So
No, what stood out to me was the number of Pokemon that you can deposit went from 30 up to 6,000. Like, what type of gap is that?
I really don't know.
What
I feel like
type
that
of
was a
oh,
gap
I
is
didn't
ran.
that?
notice that.
I feel
I
like
didn't
that's a
notice
random
that.
number, bruh.
The free
That's
version you can
crazy.
deposit 30 Pokemon, but once you pay for it, you can get up to
60,
6,000. It's like, yo,
bruh.
why is there
That's
such a big ass
nuts.
gap?
Oh, and moreover, so in terms of transferring Pokemon from game to game, I think I can't remember because I read this on IGN. You can transfer between Sword and Shield and this no problem, but for Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, you can take them from Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu to Pokemon Home, but not vice versa. So once you take them off the game and put them in Pokemon Home, that's it.
You can't put
So
him back?
you can't put them back. So
That is tough.
I gotta like, where's the IGN article because they talked about it. But
That
yeah, I'm
is
pretty sure.
really
Yeah,
tough.
but it's only for that. It's only for the Let's Go games, not for Sword and Shield, which is weird. So
I'm not familiar with no iteration of Pokemon. It's been so many that came out.
I yeah,
I don't know what any of them are.
I'm vaguely familiar just because I see it everywhere. Plus, I got a couple coworkers that play like Pokemon Go and shit like that. Um, but let me see if I can pull it up real quick. But yeah. In terms of, it seems like yeah, you if you want to use this service, you got to pay for it because you're pretty much getting jack shit in the free version. So
Damn, you have to pay for fucking Pokemon Bank. and Pokemon Home.
Yeah.
That
It
is
was
tough
bound to
as
happen.
fuck.
Pokemon got to continue making money somehow.
It goes back to you know what's funny? 'Cause so when I saw this news, I don't know why I immediately thought of Pokemon Sleep, whatever that fucking
Pokemon
game
Oh
Sleep.
was.
yeah.
That's what I thought this was.
I forgot about that. Pokemon
Yeah, so
Sleep.
I was like, damn. Um,
Oh, that's the shit that you can do. So it's just like AFK.
yeah, like AFK level your Pokemon and shit. And they're
Oh, they
like
gonna charge for
they'll
that.
be like they'll be keeping track. It's low key probably a government plan too. They be keeping track of your steps and all that kind of stuff. It's like a smartwatch, but like Pokemon themed or something like that. I don't know. Um,
That's oh man, that is. I honestly feel bad because they getting the whole. They're like the most
I don't.
dedicated. Well, I don't really either, but I'm just saying it for the sake of the stream. Um, I feel bad for y'all because y'all getting hold. Like y'all support Nintendo. Y'all like one of the biggest, I guess, demographics of supporters for Nintendo, and y'all got hoed. Y'all are
But at
really
this,
getting hoed.
but at the same time, they have to draw the line at some point. It's like how much of y'all like how many niggas is gonna buy this date when it comes out? They gotta be able to draw the line and say no, we're not supporting this. Yeah, y'all Nintendo fix your shit, yo.
Yeah,
Make the free version more viable. It's like
yeah, because the free version, it sound like y'all can't do jack.
you might as well get like a 3 day trial or
Pretty
a 7 day
much.
trial for it. So it's like y'all need to like make a decision. It's like y'all, we're not gonna support this. Y'all need to make this better. We're not gonna be shelling out $20 a year for something that we could easily get with like. I'm imagining that Pokemon Bank is more than serving their purposes right now. So I don't know.
It's,
I'm kind of glad I dropped Pokemon after Gold and Silver way back in the day because
that
I
was
can't
like
keep up.
that
I
was
couldn't keep up no more. So
that was way back when. God damn.
yeah, so like to be looking at it now, it's like, damn, this is what y'all be putting up with.
Yeah,
So okay, I've
it's
been watching the anime though. Some of the early ones, some of that shit hit.
nigga Ash
The
finally
first
won.
the first two movies. He caught a Dragonite the other day.
Oh shit.
I think it was the same day that Kobe died. It was weird on because everyone was upset that Kobe died, but it's like in brighter news, Ash caught a Dragonite. Whee!
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
I hope you pokey niggas figure it out. Yeah.
yeah. Maybe Pokemon will help y'all poke niggas out. I don't know.
She don't even. She don't even
I don't know.
play.
Does she even play that?
I
Is
was just saying it
that
just
just her name?
cause
Does she even play?
I don't know,
I
bro.
don't. I've never seen
I
her play
don't
at all.
know, and I don't care either. Um,
She spends majority of her time. Never mind.
what's
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
come
we're
on,
still
chef.
on Twitch, so
Yeah,
let's not.
come on, chef. Um, in more, I guess, interesting news, we got a trailer for Mortal Kombat Legends. Was anybody really asking for this?
Didn't even know it was happening.
Yes and no. Um,
Why?
I
Why?
know.
Yes.
Well, they made a few movies back in the '90s that were live action, and in retrospect, they didn't age well, and they were kind of campy and cheesy, but they were charming for what they were. At least I thought they were.
Yeah, I
Um,
like them.
and there was also like a YouTube series where they did like some of the characters' backstories, like and like they had some pretty good actors like that Michael Jai White be Jax,
Mhm.
and they had some interesting takes on like his backstory and stuff. Um, but I think like for the most part, people have always been looking for like a good like uh film adaptation of Mortal Kombat, whether it's live action or animated. And this looks honestly, this doesn't look too bad.
I'm looking at it now. It don't look that bad. I'm fucking with it. I'm honestly fucking with it.
And the fact it's gonna be rated R, so obviously they're gonna pull no punches.
Hey, there
So
gonna be some titties,
probably.
This is a
titties and
theater.
blood.
This is a theater movie.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just gonna be straight to Blu-ray.
Oh, I'll watch
So
it.
yeah, so it looks cool. Looks all right.
Yeah.
I don't see Jade though, so
I don't think we going. Yo, where's my nigga at?
oh
Damn, I
Kung
forgot
Lao,
it. Yeah, where my nigga Kung Lao at, bruh?
he should be in there.
Man, if they do him dirty, bro, I'm gonna be upset.
I don't know. Well, this is. I mean, I don't know if he'll be in the movie. This is basically about Scorpion. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the same. it looks like Warner Brothers animation, like the ones that do all the DC movies. I don't know if it's the same studio or a similar studio, but
It might be a similar studio, cause the beloved Mortal Kombat. I don't think
like
it's
this looks like a
technically.
DC animated film.
Uh, yeah, it does.
But then again, I mean, NetherRealm is under Warner Brothers, so
Yeah,
it would
it
make
would it makes
sense.
sense. Yeah. Um, Chef,
Yes,
would
sir.
you watch it, bro?
Would I watch it?
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
Would you get back
But
on the
I
game?
don't know anything
Wait,
really
you
about
didn't
Mortal
even.
Kombat.
Yeah, I was like, you didn't really
Yeah, I
play
don't. Yeah,
Mortal.
he didn't buy Mortal
You didn't buy
Kombat.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna buy that shit.
Yeah. Blitz, would you get back on Mortal Kombat?
I'm getting back on Mortal Kombat at some point. I'm waiting for Spawn though.
I feel it.
So like Joker came out like yesterday, and like,
Yeah,
I'm cool.
he ain't seen that interesting to be honest.
I'm like, I'm a little actually. I'm still surprised as to how much I kind of dislike Mortal Kombat because I was hyped for it when it was coming out, but then it came out and then I played it for a little bit. I was like, I'm
This.
actually not really. I'm not feeling this. I'm really not. Um. So yeah, but I'm waiting for Spawn to come out in the spring. So and then I'll play him for like probably like a couple hours and then uninstall again. So it is what it is.
Hey, you bought the game, man. Yeah, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
This is before. This is only the first season, but they're probably gonna do a season pass too at some point too. So
yuck. But um, I would definitely watch it. Definitely watch it.
did they put out a release date?
I don't think they did. No, there's no date on
Spring.
there. Just 2020. Where you see
Yeah,
spring
spring
at?
2020.
Ah, all
It's
right.
at the description at the YouTube thing.
Oh, spring 2020. Okay. Who are some of the voice actors? I know. What's the name? Uh,
Uh,
I can't remember my man's name, but he plays. He's Ichigo's dad in Bleach. He's. I think he's actually Cervantes too.
Oh shit.
In SoCal, he does the voice for Scorpion, so he's done a lot of stuff.
Oh, that nigga getting the
So
bag.
so
He should be getting the bag.
yeah, so yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm not getting back on Mortal Kombat, but I'll definitely
Yeah, I'm not
watch it.
playing the game. I mean, if I for whatever reason I feel possessed to play it, then because I still have it installed, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm waiting for Spawn to play the game. But yeah, I'll watch the movie.
For sure, for sure. So, moving on to definitely more exciting news. Kind of it would kind of been better if we segued into this topic when we were talking about Xbox. But Xbox executive teased a new exclusive from the Red Dead writer. So, just on the topic of talking about game exclusives and what Xbox needs to do in order to, I guess, be in the fight again with PlayStation and Sony. They come out with this news. So Microsoft's own little child of a studio is coming out with a new game. It
Good.
there's no
They,
like details on it or anything. Hoping this is an exclusive, and they're
hey, they need
saying
all the help
like
they can get.
yeah. So they're saying oh yeah, we're doing new things and old things. We're trying to blend it together, challenging the devs just to make a very I guess intriguing game. Uh, and
Did they
some
say what
people,
type of game it's gonna be?
no, it doesn't say anything. It
Nah.
just literally says like uh,
It's
that.
from the makers of Red Dead. That's
Yeah,
it. Uh,
that's like the only grabbable information you can really take from it. But
so this could be anything. This could be well. I mean, I was gonna say it could be anything. It could be like a Red Dead sequel, or it could be a new IP. But if it's inclusive, I'd imagine it'd be an IP, a new IP.
I would hope it's a new IP. I would definitely hope it's a new
Because
IP.
you put Red Dead Redemption 3 as an Xbox exclusive, niggas will tear up the streets.
Yeah, most definitely. Um, so if it's a new IP, great. If it's a reboot or something, I mean, eh. But what you really need, Xbox, is a IP. You need new IPs. And since you do have a new studio that's working, why not just give them an IP? Let them work. Let the devs work. Don't be like a EA or any other big fucking publisher being a dumbass. Let the devs work. Let them do their thing. Let them I don't want to say take however long that they need because there's still a time frame, but let the creative juices flow. Don't try to set restrictions saying like, all right, hey, we need this in the game. We need microtransaction, whatever. We need this element, blah blah blah. Just let them work. Let them writers, let the creative process flow, and then you can do your own thing where you start setting like, all right, we need this, this, and this in the game just from Xbox. So there's good news. There's good that you're heading in that direction as well with just exclusivity. Definitely that'll bring some more people to the Xbox and just keep coming. Um, and fuck, please get some more IPs. Don't let this be your only IP that you bring. Chef,
Look, look, like I said last
what?
week, if you're gonna announce something, you better be showing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if they making the game. I just don't. I need to see something first before I can even have any
We
type of
we
feeling
need
towards it.
gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah,
But like, cause they sitting here listing off all the people they got to work on the game. The writer for Red Dead,
they got someone from Square Enix and Call
former
of
Square
Duty.
Enix dude, people from Snapchat and Google, and all this other
What is that
bullshit.
gonna
It's
do?
it's like, yo,
I ain't see the Snapchat part.
veterans of
Hold on.
Crystal Dynamics. It's like, yo,
Oh,
you gotta show me something, man.
this
All this teasing stuff ain't gonna work no more. At least
Crystal
for me.
if
Dynamics.
you getting shit
I,
from Google and Snapchat, it
I don't
might
know.
be some
I don't know
shit.
if they're bringing in something from Crystal Dynamics is a great thing because Shadow of the Tomb Raider was eh.
Yeah,
So
see,
it's like,
all this teasing stuff is not gonna work for me no more. I gotta see something right off the bat.
Yeah, this might be a this might be an eh for me.
I
I
mean, it's
ain't.
so early to tell. They haven't even teased as to what type of game it's gonna be, if it's even gonna be a game. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's there's no point getting excited by just this news alone. So
Yeah,
I
hopefully
mean,
they
I'm
show
just
something
excited
like
at the
around.
fact that they're doing um, something different, I guess. So definitely, like Chef said, show more, then we'll give you the hoopla that you're looking for, I guess. I kind of want to drop the next topic. I'm not gonna lie.
Uh,
The AMD.
it's up to you. I mean, I don't have an AMD build, and
Yeah, I was on.
I'm
Chef, do
not.
you
I'm
have an
not gonna be
AMD build?
built. I'm not gonna be building a new PC anytime soon. I'm good for the
Uh,
foreseeable future.
After I get all the parts for this new build, I'll think I'll be done for a while too. Chef, do you have an AMD build?
I just got the processor. That's it.
All right, so we gonna drop it. Um, so that's it for the gaming portion of the podcast. Chef, I would like for you to stay for the anime portion of the podcast.
What you mean?
What you mean? I would
All
just
right.
like for you to stay for the portion of the podcast, bro. Just if if you got any input, I feel like it's something you can input just from what you've seen. Um,
I think you can
he
definitely
could,
contribute based on what you
yeah,
see.
yeah. Just go off this question what you've seen. I'm gonna ask it to you first as well. So, oh Blitz, what is the person that you got it from? Because I want to shout him out. I just want to kind of take their
Uh,
question.
yeah. I was watching. I think he did this. What's his name? Lost Pause. Yeah, that nigga.
So shout
He
out
was
Lost
doing.
Pause.
Yeah, he was doing a podcast talking about this, and he was him and his guests were talking about some interesting things. So yeah, shout out to him for getting the getting the thoughts flowing. Because yeah, there's definitely some things that are different about anime that I don't think a lot of people draw attention to.
Yeah. So, Chef, let me said, what are some aspects of anime, just from what you've seen or what me and Blitz have showed you, that fans just don't talk about? Like you don't hear that much talk about, but it's like a kind of like a red flag, I guess you can say.
A red flag?
I wouldn't say like a red flag, more like a like what are some things about anime that you've noticed that you think should be talked about or should be discussed, but isn't? Like, it's one of those things. One of those things is like accepted, but that's it's like it's accepted by fans, but it's not talked about, and we want to know and we want to talk about. So, what are some examples that you might be able to think of that fit that?
Sheesh. Um, because the things I can think about are stuff that people already talk about, especially filler, the unnecessary amount of padding that they do to fill story gaps, and I don't know.
Have we? I don't think. I don't know. I think that qualifies because, like, at least in the conversations I've had with other people that watch anime, it's like, especially for the type of anime that they typically watch, it's generally something that's accepted, and it's like, yeah, how come we have to have this much filler? How come we're having these stories told if it has nothing to do with the overall story or something like that? So,
Yeah, I think everyone has just a general understanding of why filler is filler and why it's I don't want to say so abundant, but why there's so much of it just to kind of allow the creators to, or the writers at least, to kind of plan out how they're gonna do the next arc or the next big thing in the anime. So,
well,
but
now that
there's
I think
still
about it,
there's still like it's kind of like all right, bro, like it's kind of too much filler.
Well, now that I think about it, I think where it stems from is a lot of these animes are adaptations of manga, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of these things are probably they're just adapting things from the manga onto television or something, and it's not really about them trying to bide time before getting ready. I mean, there might be some truth to that where they're biding time to get ready for the next major story arc, but it's also probably all right. Let's sit down if we want to make this to an anime. Let's say, all right, Naruto has this many chapters, and this is the main story arcs for it. But we also want to bring in, some of some of the arcs from the manga that don't necessarily have to do with the main story. So it's just them making the business decision to when they adapt the anime to TV, they want to bring in all of it. So not only just the main story, but the the fillers from that might have been part of the manga too.
Yeah. So I can definitely understand that as well. Um, was that the only thing that you find that people don't talk about, Chef?
At the moment, yes.
Okay. See, Chef, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, Chef.
No,
It wasn't that bad, man. You should do it somewhere, man. You should do
Act
somewhere
like
like
you
that.
scared of anime, yo. You just don't watch
Nah,
it.
bro, I'm trying to put my man on the anime. I know there's like, I know for 100% you're gonna like Afro Samurai. I just know that. It's a fact. It's a fact, Chef. You don't even know about it, but you gonna like it. Trust. Do you believe in me, Chef? Do you believe in me? You believe in me, Chef. All
sure,
right. Yeah,
yes.
exactly. All right. So,
It's not like a used car salesman, yo.
you gonna buy this car? You bought the car. All right. Uh, Blitz. What about you, sir? What are some aspects of anime that you find that fans do not talk about?
Oh, this one is easy. Like people talk about it, but it's just one of those things that's generally accepted, and it's
Hmm.
not really talked about like maybe it should be.
Hmm.
The sexualization of women, bruh.
Yes.
It is like I get it. There's a market for everything, and like I said when we were talking about the VR thing with
Sex sells, bro.
sex sells, yeah, but it's like does it really have to be this pervasive? Like Jesus,
Yeah.
like I've seen some stuff where it's just like yo, like I, I don't I don't want to bring this up because as a recent example, but
just don't,
Talking
I
just
about
feel like
don't.
age gap.
I,
that too. I mean that's a subcategory of it for like that
Oh,
whole that fucking character that's like that looks like she's like 11 but she's actually like
a
100 years old or
thousand,
something
yeah,
like that
some
or something
bullshit
like
like
that.
yeah,
that.
Like
yeah.
who said this was cool? Like I don't know. Like and there's probably like cultural differences to like where it's not as big of a deal to Japanese culture if that's a thing that whole fantasy aspect to it. But like especially in the West, it's like as much as we frown upon things like you know anything that has to do with children that
Yeah, like
is
pedophilia, like shit like that.
pedophilia and yeah all that shit. Yeah, we don't play that over here. So um yeah, it's just one of those things like why is this so pervasive in so many shows
Yeah. Um.
and more popular shows, not just anime like in general, because there's definitely like, and, like I've always told this about people that try to get into anime. Like you can find like any kind of show that fits your taste, but it's just like
You
for a
literally
lot of like
can.
for a lot of the more mainstream stuff and the stuff that really catches fire popularity wise, it's just like there always seems to be that aspect of like you know this like the sexualization of women, it just seems to be so
It's
pervasive.
OD. It's OD to be honest.
And I'll admit, like, I mean, I'll cop to it. Like, yeah,
Hey, that
I'm a
shit
man.
hit sometime though. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
sometimes
hold
it
you.
does. Like, I'm a man. I like tits. I like ass. I'm not gonna run from that. But it's just like sometimes, it's just like,
It's like,
do we really need
did
this
we ask
sometimes?
about how her day was? Like, what? What?
Well, how does she feel about this? Maybe she doesn't want to have her skirt fly up in the air.
Yeah, I was
So
like,
it's like,
shit. There's barely a draft. Why are you creating one? What the hell? So,
yeah. I mean, I think one recent example that comes to mind is freaking Fire Force. Like, what's her name? That has like
does
she
she
always has
have?
these
Does
acts.
her? Does her? I can't even fucking speak. Do her clothes have to fall off every single episode?
Like
It's
she just be
literally every episode, bruh.
every episode she's in, she just be sitting like she couldn't be she can be doing nothing. She couldn't she like
She
she's
could
not
take a
fighting.
step and then boom, this should
She
just
she
fall
she
off.
just be sitting there like existing, and then all of a sudden her bra comes off. Like where? Huh? Who did that? Like somebody did this, yo.
Yeah,
And
it's
I don't
no, bruh.
understand why it has to be that way. Like I get it. Like I feel like a lot of these things like they try to be funny and they try to offer like comedic relief and a lot of those some of those aspects, but it's just like there's different ways to be funny than having, tit fly all over the place.
Yeah, like okay, you can. Can you actually try, bro? Like you don't have tits can only last so long, bro. Like that. I guess that cliche or that joke can only last so long, bro. And I guess my thing that I don't find people talking about is kind of go hand in hand with Blitz's. Excuse me. We're just sexualization of women and just like the weird as I don't, because I don't want to bash on people's fetishes, but at the same time, it's like borderline like perversion and like sexual harassment,
Absolutely.
and it's definitely
Here,
like
here,
seven.
we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop dancing around the interspecies, yo. That shit is out of line, yo.
Yo, we definitely not about to
It,
talk about that
it,
though. I
we're not. I'm not gonna go into the weeds, but that show is out of line. Like
show that show
I
needs to
understand.
be like not happening.
I understand that that's how the manga was written, and like I said, they probably
Should have
just
just
wanted to
left it
make.
as a manga.
Yeah, exactly. Some things like honestly, like that show is essentially hentai without dicks being out. I'm not even
It
kidding.
it literally is. It literally is. And just
And it's
another show that like has perversion and sexual harassment like that, that's I guess seen as funny. I didn't really find it as funny. I was just like, yo, like,
it's
all
it's
right,
it's
bro.
uncomfortable.
It's honestly uncomfortable. Like Seven Deadly Sins, that nigga Meliodas is a sexual harasser, bruh. He just randomly be grabbing ass and titties, like, bro, like,
Like on accident or like on
no,
purpose.
no, he does it on purpose. And it's like, okay, like y'all like each other, but it's also at the same time, it's like, all right, bro, like, it's kind of off-putting because she's just okay with it, and I know a real life person wouldn't just be okay with like a nigga that they just. I know in the story it goes a little bit deeper, but for what it was in the anime, like they literally met like they know each other for like 2 days, and then she's just okay with this nigga grabbing like ass. Like, bro, no, that's I guarantee that's
Yeah,
not how it works in real life,
you
bro.
do that. You do that at the next time you at the mall. You see a girl you like, and you do that at the mall. You
You
let me know how
getting
that works out for
mollywopped.
you.
You getting
You let me know
mollywopped,
how that
bro.
and you being registered as a sex offender.
Exactly. That's like
So it's like
there's those things I feel like they need to be talked about. And that's another thing as well
I
as
feel like
Blitz
they are
said.
talked about. Yeah, they just
It's just
especially like
it's a cultural thing as well as like okay maybe that's what the I don't want to say the norm is to them or like accepted, but definitely in the West that like pedophilia and sexual harassment, even though there'd be some niggas wildin' and we kind of let that shit slide. I don't let it slide, but other niggas do. Pedophilia is definitely something we don't fuck with over here, and sexual harassment most of the niggas don't fuck with over here. Some do. Fuck y'all niggas. Um, but yeah,
Alabama.
that's OD.
um one thing I've always wondered, especially since going to a few conventions, if I ever get the opportunity to go to a convention, I wonder if this is or to a panel rather. I always wonder, like, a lot of these, especially in the West, I wonder what a lot of the thoughts that some of these voice actors are for the thing for, like, what do you think about these about the characters that you be playing it? Like, if you're
Just
playing,
recite a
like,
line that they say, bro.
yeah, yeah, it's like, what do you think about this? Is like,
What were
in
your
all
thoughts
honesty,
when
is
you
like,
were saying this?
just out of curiosity, I'm not trying to judge them or anything. It's just it just makes me wonder, especially like
Yeah,
in
cause
this
you
day
ain't
and
write the
age.
shit.
especially in this day and age where there's a lot of like Me Too movements and all this shit going on. It just makes me wonder like what do y'all think about this? It's just like, is it just a check to y'all, or is it just something like, all right, I don't really rock with this, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's a job, and it's like I don't endorse this behavior in real life, but it just makes me wonder. It's like,
Yeah, I was like,
what do
where do
y'all be
you
think?
honestly, where do you draw the line,
Like, God forbid if they do a dub for interspecies, like, bruh, like
bruh?
if you
You
take on
already
one of
know
those
who doing
roles,
it
so I'm
though.
like,
You already know who doing
what?
it though.
That's what I'm saying. That hey,
Fuck them niggas.
let's just say their name rhymes with blundimation.
Bla-
It's like if God forbid if they pick it up, it's like, what are y'all thinking, bruh? Especially boy with this whole Vic situation that's
oh,
still
they
going
going
on.
that would not be a smart move.
Boy,
That's basically suicide.
boy.
That's basically suicide. You gonna eat yourself up.
Speaking of which, the last update I saw on that is he's doing his appeals because apparently he had his case thrown out in regular court, and now he's going to appeals court. And
So he can get
if
his shit back.
yeah,
Alright.
so it's basically like, hey, we're not done yet, nigga. Y'all come on back. Y'all ain't win nothing.
Yeah.
So so we'll see. You know, the legal system is weird, but yeah, it just makes me wonder when you got things like that going on, and then you got a company picking up shows like High School DxD and what's another titty show? Monster Girl, whatever that show we was watching.
The
Kenpachi.
Monster
Monster
Girl.
Musume or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh damn, that show was fucking nice though.
See what I'm talking about? See, that's what I'm talking about. So it's like,
Damn. Oh no.
so it's like you got stuff like that. It's like I always wonder, is like, what do y'all be thinking about when you take these roles? Is
You
it just
talking
a
about the
job to
harem,
you, or
right?
is this? Yeah,
The damn. That
with
show
the
was fire.
spider, the snake, the
That show was
bird, all that
fire,
shit.
bruh.
Like it's funny, but it's just like some of the stuff. Like I said, it's kind of uncomfortable. It's like we kind of don't need all this,
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah, that
you
nigga
know,
was a wholesome nigga though. Shout out to him, bro. Shout out him. But yeah, I definitely agree. Definitely shit that needs to be talked about because it's a it's no, bro.
and I'm not saying ban those things because, like I said, like
They s-
uh,
like they still
some
hit, but
they
not when you
still
go
hit.
over the
I'll be
line.
honest. Yeah, there's like a lot of those shows are guilty pleasures of mine, but yeah, like you can't be over the top with it. Like again, interspecies is so out of pocket. We turned it off because it was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, mm,
It's
I'm
mad
scarred.
uncomfortable.
I'm really scarred, bro. My man lifted up his
You know,
skirt, and I was like,
yo,
yeah,
look,
it's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro.
low key, we made Stanley. Sector can attest to this because he's in the chat. We made Stanley put it on yesterday after you went to bed.
I heard
And
Eyes talk. Yeah, Eyes told me about
and we
that shit.
yeah, and we got through the whole episode. Like there's some stuff in there like I knew about, but I forgot because I didn't watch it fully. Yeah, that again, that show's out of line. I can I yeah. I'm scared to see what they do this week. So
I'm done. Y'all
nah,
can watch that
yeah.
shit. I'm
I'm
done.
not no, I'm gonna have to hear about it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Cause that shit is uncomfortable, bro. Ooh. All right.
Um,
Um, I think
I'm trying to
I
think.
think that's all I had to say.
I mean, that's the biggest one that came to mind.
There's definitely some other shit, just like black characters as well. They're getting a lot better though, so I
Oh
can't
yeah,
really say.
oh yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Black character's getting better.
they're getting a
Uh,
lot better. They're getting a lot more respect that they should have got off day one, but we ain't gonna talk about
I
that.
think it's a sign. I think it's a sign of the times. Like
Yeah.
people are more aware of it because like back in the day, like in the 80s and 90s and stuff. Like I mean, honestly, I don't think the Japanese knew any better. They just went off of what white people told them.
Yeah.
So
But honestly, I can't even. I don't know. I can't. I still hold them to it because it's like, all right, like y'all going off of what white people said, and yeah, like okay, but also like, are you even thinking for yourself really? Like that's a whole nother problem in itself. We're just fucking being
yeah, but like I said,
influenced
it's
and
getting better.
whatnot.
Like we don't see no, we don't see a lot of coon lips on
Oh
characters
yeah,
anymore.
be damned if I catch one of y'all fucking artists drawing some coon lips on the street. It's a rap. It's definitely a rap.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hit you, but I'm gonna have some words for you, and then I might hit you. But yeah. Um.
Let me ask you this: while we're on the topic, do you think we need more black characters in anime in general? Do we need like more?
Um.
I don't know. Like
I
I know
don't.
we talked about this a little bit because like I asked like, do you think we need more black centric anime to exist? But at the same time, I feel like that's not really our place
That's
to
not. I don't think
demand
that's our
because it's not
place.
our
That's
culture.
not our
It's not
place. That's not our place to demand it.
our,
It's
right.
definitely not. But
But
I
do you
could
think we
definitely
should need more
say
representation?
I. Mm, I don't I don't think that's our place either. Cause it's literally like that's not our culture. That's not our necessarily. It's not our go-to for like just entertainment. So I can't really say like yeah like we need this and this. It's kind of like just an invasive species where it's like all right y'all drawing black characters. All right, since y'all doing that, all right, we need this, and this. And it's like, all right, now I can, I would like to ask them, all right, when you do draw black characters, just draw them in a respectful manner, in a like a real manner. Don't draw them like with fucking over exaggerated lips or big nose or
Dark
make them
ass
sound
skin,
yeah dark ass skin, make them sound stupid. Like just if you actually go
dragon.
outside, if
Mr. Popo.
if you actually go
Not even
outside,
Mr. Popo. There was a. I remember in DBZ there was a character. There was a black character at the World Martial Arts Tournament. I can't remember his name, but he was like 6'7", big ass coon lips. He wasn't like black, but he was a dark brown, and he sounded like a mumble rapper. So it's like what the fuck?
yo, One Punch
At least
Man,
in the English
fucking
stuff.
Super Alloy Dark Man. Like, okay, bro. All right, bro. Um, but like I said, I can't really, I don't really want to say like more representation. It would be cool. Like, it would be nice. I would love it, but I'm not gonna ask for it just because I know it's not my place to ask. Um, and also, all I can really ask is like, yo, if you're gonna do it right, please, and make sure
Did you
do it respectfully.
did you watch Cannon Busters when that came out?
I watched a couple episodes of it. I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
But
So
I
like
definitely like the art style though. But the
yeah, the art
story,
style. I
I
feel like
couldn't get with the
yes.
story.
Yeah, I agree. What's the name? Because I feel like we need a little bit more of those. I feel like if we
Oh,
are going
most
to get more
definitely.
black centric animes, like I don't think it's fair to us to like look to Japan for that. I feel like it'd have to come from
We have
like
to do it ourselves.
yeah, we'd have to do it ourselves. It'd have to come from like a LaShawn Thomas, or have to come from whoever's another like a black manga artist or something like that. So yeah, like I'd say I'm in lockstep with you. Like it's definitely welcomed to get more representation, more diversity, but I don't wouldn't say it's our place to really demand it because again, it's not really our culture. It's not really something that we made. It's not anime. Like even though like a lot of people in the West have kind of taken it and ran with it,
Hmm.
anime is not really made for us by us, to be honest. So
It's not. It's not at all.
like we can
So.
consume it, and I feel like I was there's so many things that like this. The other reason I kind of want to go to Japan too, because like I'm interested to see what a Japanese person's opinion is on the Western consumption of anime.
Hmm.
It's just like, do you feel like we take it too far? Is there some things that like is like culturally like insensitive, or I'm just curious to see what they think.
Most definitely. Most
Okay, there's
definitely.
probably YouTube videos on it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Just from like just like there's literally like tourist videos of like, oh, what do Japanese people think of Americans when they come over and all that. So there's probably a video somewhere about it, but definitely when I go over there, that I'll be asking those questions. Um, so I think that's it for the anime portion. Do you have anything to say, Chef or Blitz?
I think that's it.
Nah, y'all covered this stuff.
I feel
The
you.
other one I was gonna talk about was the man female relationship. How it always seems like the man is the dominant at more times than most than the woman.
I could see
Uh,
that. I could
that's
see that.
true.
Kind of like the damsel in distress cliche. I could see that as well. Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
yeah, that
it
is
probably
another big thing.
yeah, it probably harkens back to that whole traditional way of storytelling, whereas where it's like oh, it's the damsel in distress, the one or the princess that's stuck in the castle, and it's up to the knight, the male knight, to like kill the dragon or whatever and save the day. That kind
Yeah,
of traditional storytelling. That's probably what it harkens back to.
yeah. The Kombo Suna take on it is funny as fuck though. Um,
Yeah, that shit's hilarious, yo.
yeah. That
That's what makes me
nigga,
like that anime so much because
nigga
it's
was
just
fucking whacking her, bruh.
he legit does not give a fuck. Like he even says like I'm all about gender equality. I will fight you if I have to. I don't care you.
In fucking Cautious Hero, bruh, he was literally like socking
He was
her in her mouth, bruh. Like, yo,
hitting her over the back of the head,
I was
yo.
like, you did not have to do all that, bro. You did not have to do all that. But yeah, that's another big thing as well. And you can kind of tie it back to tradition. So I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So gonna go ahead and move on to the life portion of the podcast. Just have one question for you, Chef. Um, Chef, Chef, how you living, man?
Oh, it's not you crazy for it. What's the question?
Would you rather be mentally prepared for the inevitable or not know anything until the inevitable happens?
Yes.
Okay,
Good answer.
But no, the former.
not know anything.
No, no, everything.
Oh, okay. All right.
That
Why?
was wait.
Wait. What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Be mentally prepared. I would rather have that instead of just letting shit happen out the fly.
So you'd rather be mentally prepared for the date of your death than not knowing when it's coming.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hmm.
that'll give me a better time to actually uh know what I want to do leading up to it and get things done that should be getting done.
Would you be happy though?
Depends on when the day is.
So how
It all
soon? I
depends.
God
guess.
damn it.
Yeah, yeah. So if it was like a year from now, no, I wouldn't be too ecstatic about that. But they told me like 5 years from now or something like that. I mean, that's cool.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
That'll give me 5 years to do what I want to really do, like really focus on myself in
I
that
feel
five
that.
years and make amends with some people. Not the dad.
Oh damn.
Uh,
I should be
uh,
good
that-
with that.
I feel that.
I should be good with that. Yeah, I would rather know instead of just having it happen.
I feel that. I feel that. Blitz. What about you? I think we have like the same answer, but what about you?
um, yeah, I'd say I'd probably be the opposite. So
Yeah.
just as it is right now, because like if I knew the day when the inevitable happens, in this case, let's call it death.
hmm
Um, there's like even though I'd be mentally preparing myself for it, there'd be a sense of this cloud of like despair that'd be hanging over it every day leading up to it. So it's like, at least to me, that the way I would be thinking is like, why does this even what I'm doing right now doesn't even matter because there's an end date that's coming that I'm not going to be able to get away from. So it's like, why even do it? Not to say that I would follow through on this, but I'd be thinking, what's the point of even doing anything? I should just focus on just mentally preparing myself for the date itself, and nothing else I do up until then matters. So, I mean, it's kind of a somber question, especially of what happened to over the weekend to Kobe and his family and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And his whole Mamba mentality was like, living the day to the fullest and not wasting a day because you don't know when it's gonna end. So it would behoove you to, you know, make the most of each day. Even though I think we can all admit that all of us don't really do that. Like we all have our wasted days,
Oh, for
but
sure. For sure.
but I feel like the fact that we don't know when if we're gonna wake up tomorrow. I feel like that's kind of there's some poeticism in that. Into like I said, just making sure to live each day to the absolute maximum. I feel like that's probably. I feel like that's half the fun of living because you don't know when it's gonna end.
hmm
That's half the fun. So
I was like, are you really living if you know you're gonna die?
right.
So.
Not to say yeah, like but at the same time, like I'd be mentally preparing myself. Like yeah, because I'm the type of person that likes to know things ahead of time and be proactive. But at the same time, especially when it comes to that, like an end date of whatever, even like if it was a loved one, maybe if it wasn't just me, if it
I
was
was that
like
was gonna be my
the
next
day of death
question.
of like a loved one, it'd be like yeah, like there'd be this never-ending cloud of despair that'd be with each day leading up to it. So I wouldn't be maximizing at in a way I wouldn't be maximizing each day. So
Yeah, I have this same basically literally what Blitz said. I would have probably said it like that as well. Um, I'm
Did
usually
you
a
move your mic away from your mouth?
I did. I usually am a I don't want to say a spontaneous person, but if I know something ahead of time, it's gonna be on my mind for a minute, and it's gonna weigh heavily on my mind. Especially like if the day I've died, I'm gonna be like depressed for a hot minute, and then I'm gonna try to be like, all right, like let's try to get things in order. But maybe if it's kind of like Chef said, if it's 5 years down the line, all right, like I'll try to get things together. Some things I'll just leave it as is, just because I believe if it was fated to be, it was fated to be. Um, and if it's fated to be, then I don't think you should touch it unless it's something like in your heart you know that like all right I'll have to go against fate and like try to do everything I can. But
Well, at
uh,
the same time, let me ask you this: do you know if anything is fated to be?
exactly.
Especially if it's something that you know ahead of time. Like, what if that means that you're supposed to do something about it? And if you did nothing except quote unquote mentally prepare for the day, and that's all you didn't do anything to maybe stave it off or even outright prevent it, then what exactly did you do at the end of the day? So
I mean, it's all about you and how you take things and how you decipher the messages of wherever it's coming from. So um, that's just kind of a decision you have to make on yourself just from your intuition, your gut feeling. Like sometimes you just really have to make, I don't want to say a big decision on your gut feeling, but sometimes when it comes down to it, the gut decisions are the most important ones. So um, I would have to go with Blitz on this one. Say I wouldn't want to know anything about the inevitable and just keep my day-to-day focus. That's
ignorance is
that's
bliss
a
in some situations.
it definitely is. Definitely is. Definitely ignorance is bliss in most cases of the inevitable. Just because how are you going to mentally prepare for something if you know like you can't change it or it's something you can't get around. Um, would you rather just I guess like there can be a point made on both sides. Chef's point and me and Blitz's point. So I mean, I guess it's really up to who you are as a person, how you see things. So I can't
Yeah,
I
really.
think
that's
it.
that's just me. Something like that, I would something as big as that, I would want to know.
Yeah.
But if it's
Yeah,
if it's something other, if we're not talking about death, then it's something else that's inevitable. Like, what's another example of something that's inevitable?
Like Blitz said, like a loved one dying, I guess.
A
Um,
loved one dying. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to know about that
I
part.
I wouldn't know.
But
I
me,
wouldn't
if
want to
I'm
know.
if I'm knowing that I'm about to die, yes, I want to know. But somebody else, no.
I think it also depends on what stage of life you're in too.
Yeah,
Like if you're, just getting out of college and you got a good paying job or something like that, and you got a good career going for yourself, and then you find out that it's going to end in say 5 years. Are you going to mentally prepare? Are you going to chalk it up to the game and just mentally prepare for the day, or are you actually going to do something to prevent it or stave it off? So I don't know. Whereas if you're maybe you know you're older, and you've done everything, you've pretty much done a lot of stuff in your life, and you wouldn't mind if it all, you know, if you cashed out like 3 years from now. It's like, you know what? Okay, yeah, I've done a lot, and I'm at peace. Then yeah, I'd be ready to go sooner rather than later. But yeah, I guess it depends on what stage of life you're at. So
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. So uh, like I said, I would just say, hey, death what? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Just live in ignorance until that day so happens to come, and it'll be that. But definitely, like with other inevitable certain situations, like honest, it depends on the person who's dying. Um, like if it was like a parent, I would definitely. I don't even know. If it was my mom, I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to know, cause those days of knowing and leading up to it, it would literally. I'll probably die from the stress. Um, and if it was like a best friend, I would probably want to know. Just because
Yeah.
I know it's not going to hit as hard as a mother or like a family member, a very close family member, dying. So yeah, but that being said, I think that's it for the podcast, gentlemen. Anyone else got anything to say before I do the closing segment?
Nope, I don't.
You good, chef?
Yeah,
You sure, man? You sound like you bought a car. All right,
no, I'm good.
all right, man. I'm just checking on you, man. No, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, yo, I'm good.
Yeah.
You good, man? All right, man. Bush, you good, man?
Yep.
You sure, man?
Pretty sure.
All right, that's good to hear, man. I'm just checking on you, man. I appreciate you,
Mm-hmm.
man. All right, chef. You got any closing words, man?
Do I have any closing words?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Do
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
have any
Chef
closing words?
Giovanni.
Yes, I do actually.
Got some Titanic stuff, hopefully.
Stop giving money to Google.
Yo, y'all getting
Stadia.
scammed.
That's
At
hard.
least
That's
Y'all
hard
Stadia.
to
getting
do.
scammed.
Stadia at least. Not Google as a whole, but Stadia. Just stop.
That's
It's just not.
that's a big scam.
I know they just starting out, but they should have started out the right way instead of the wrong way.
It's a big
Yeah, they
scam,
took a
bro.
left when they were supposed to take a right.
Is that a Titanic reference?
No,
Oh,
no, the Titanic, they was just stupid.
oh okay.
I don't know why you don't have binoculars or fucking searchlights on your ship. Hey, that's they was just stupid for that
That's
one.
really
But
crazy. I'm gonna talk
I
to y'all
just don't
about
know
that
why.
shit after the podcast because I find that really crazy.
But yeah, stop. Yeah, Google Stadia wasn't just it just wasn't it.
Yeah.
I know some people wanted to try out the, what I'm saying, quote unquote future, but
Secretary
it just
said, "What
wasn't
if he got a free trial?"
it. Oh, if it's a free trial, then go by all means, just don't buy it
But I mean, if it's a free
until they
trial,
get
you're
their
the
shit together.
product, so who really losing?
Shit. Oh
Mm,
yeah, that's true.
exactly.
Sayonara to that information.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, and if y'all get a chance, what I'm saying, try out No Man's Sky, but get it for the low low, and I mean the low low.
Like the lowest of the low? Like how low you
Yeah,
talking?
don't
Like to the floor low
below
or?
15,
Oh,
probably 15 and below.
oh shit. Damn.
I don't want to give anybody hopes up. I'm a different breed when it comes to this exploration stuff.
You say you want touched? You want matched?
Nah, I just enjoy it more than the average gamer.
I feel that. I feel that.
I can't say the same for everybody else. So I'm not gonna recommend that you get it, but I will say that you can get it, but at a low price, so you don't feel like you wasted money. That is my closing statement.
Alrighty. Blitz, my good sir. What's your closing statement for tonight?
My closing statement is: watch interspecies reviewers at your own peril,
Oh my fucking god.
at your own
Bruh,
risk.
don't watch
That
that
shit
shit
is
at
out of
all.
that shit is out
Don't
of
watch
pocket.
that shit at all,
No, I'm not
bruh.
gonna hate on anybody. No, I'm not gonna say don't watch it because I mean
I'ma say don't
the
watch that shit.
the art. I mean, all things considered, the art style is kind of cool. I
It's
mean,
definitely cool.
it's good. Like it's good looking, but not like it's
For
just not comfortable to
hentais,
watch. Yeah, if you're gonna watch it, do so at your own peril. Just make sure you take
lock
all the
your door.
precautions. Shut your door. Put a door under the knob if you got to. You know, make
Put
sure
a door under
you
the knob is
you
fucking
make sure you're wearing
hilarious.
headphones. Just make sure you do all the normal precautions that you would do if you were perusing you know
Explicit. Um.
explicit sites.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
pornography.
Yep.
yeah, just
Close your
just make
blinds.
sure just take all the necessary precautions. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Put a blanket over your head. Whatever you gotta do, bro. Whatever you gotta do.
Don't yeah. If you got to pause it, don't leave the window up. Put another window up.
Yeah. Change the tab because any scene is just bad.
You're done. Yeah, if someone else besides you walks in and sees
It's a
that, you're done.
wrap. It's a wrap.
You're
Your whole
done.
reputation out the window, bro. It's a reputation killer if you get caught. That's facts.
Fuck that. Open up another window. You know what I'm saying? Just
Just
had a
boot up a
tab.
game. Just boot up a game on both your screens.
Right.
Go to your wallpaper or something.
Actually, turn the monitor off. Just turn the whole drain off. Might as well turn the computer off.
Yeah,
So,
just
Mm,
Viewer discretion is advised.
yeah. My closing statement is: who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. Good night, everyone. It's Project Room Podcast, episode 36. I'll see y'all beautiful people later. Peace. That ending was clean as fuck. God damn.
Okay. See, that was hour and a half.